The Front Range provides the backdrop this afternoon as Air Force opens the 2026 season against FCS Midwest, aka Duquesne. Mostly cloudy skies, the possibility of a passing shower, and comfortable 84-degree temperatures greet the Falcons at Falcon Stadium, where the goal is clear after back-to-back losing seasons. Air Force finished 4-8 a year ago, marking its second consecutive sub-500 campaign after 3 straight winning seasons, and the Falcons are determined to return to the physical, disciplined football that has long defined the program. Senior fullback Owen Allen will be at the heart of the ground game, while junior quarterback Liam Zarka takes the controls of an offense looking to rediscover its rhythm. Duquesne/FCS Midwest arrives hoping to spring an early season surprise, but the Falcons know this opener is about reestablishing the standard that has made Air Force one of the Mountain West's most consistent programs over the years. With the cadets in the stands, the flyovers, and pageantry adding to the atmosphere, another season is ready to take flight in Colorado Springs. It's FCS Midwest/Duquesne taking on the Air Force Falcons coming up next.
Welcome to beautiful Colorado Springs and Falcon Stadium. We will find out a whole lot more about these teams this Week 1 showdown here on EA Sports College Football. It's the Thunderbirds and the Air Force Falcons. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe will be keeping an eye on things on the sideline. So Air Force's kicker headed to the football to start this 2026 season. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Now the Thunderbirds offense will have the first possession of the game. And here comes the junior running back. They want him to take care of the ball, do the dirty work, be good in pass pro, and make plays when he has a chance. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
A little release to the back. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And it's the Thunderbirds want to crank the tempo. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Jackson will throw. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And that's what you're trying to do, not just in this game, but for the season. You're just trying to set the tone defensively, and they do that getting the sack. They feel good about their front seven and all the athletes they have. It'll be fun to watch this unit for the rest of this game and see how they do in one-on-one situations.
The Thunderbirds will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. Not a lot of room to make this catch. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. The Falcons offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. Out to guide this offense is Liam Zarka. His first order of business, manage the game and don't get them behind the sticks. The option look. The option, he'll keep it. That's some old school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Right back to him on the ground. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. To the air on first down. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long, containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and most importantly, getting a hit on him early in this football game so he can physically feel you, and those hits can start to add up throughout a football game.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Rushes on him. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. They're trying to seal the edge off right tackle. At the 40, there he goes. Got a little grass. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
And it's the game-breaking speed you see right there. He takes it all the way to the house. It's that speed. That's the reason why a lot of people thought if he had declared for the NFL draft, he would have been playing on Sundays now. There's just not a lot of running backs in college football that can run like this guy.
And it's so nice to have that guy back. Like, to keep that guy on your roster, it's like recruiting the best player in the country, right? You got one of the best backs. To be able to keep that guy on your roster was the big offseason coup. Like you mentioned, the NFL can also transfer, can go make money elsewhere. To keep him on the roster, and he shows you why. This guy is the catalyst, one of the best in the country at his spot.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. Here's the return from inside his 10. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. So the Thunderbirds offense is out on the field and ready to attack. And the timing just a hair off. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The inside handoff. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And I'm not surprised, right? Like, they go to him again. Last drive, he did an unbelievable job. And if I'm this defense, just keep honing in, right? Like, making sure he has to earn it. Making sure a lot of people get near him. Continue to hit this running back. Try to slow him down.
He's got it inside the 30. Turning it on. Into the house. Touchdown, Thunderbirds. Quick strike touchdown. Comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the point after is good. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the score comes courtesy of the big play, covering 61 yards on the touchdown pass. Dangerously close to kicking that one out of bounds, but it made it into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Falcons now set to take over on offense. The run inside. It's Allen. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Leaves it with the running back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Motion from the wide receiver. Keeps it himself. And he couldn't find any room to breathe. What a great job on the run fits by this defense. The Falcons will call on their punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Now on the return. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So the Thunderbirds offense is out on the field and ready to attack. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. And it's the Thunderbirds come to the line in the hurry-up. Jackson gonna throw it. Can't make the catch, and it'll be 3rd down. He had that thing and just lost his concentration. They'll run play action. Throws to the wideout. Got his man on the right. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Give to the back. Spins away from the defender. He's got 47 yards for him on the ground now. What a first quarter for this guy.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but...
Caught, and he's got room. Touchdown, Thunderbirds! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Number 1.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Goes to the option. The keeper on the option. Oh, he's got some space. They get him corralled, but not before. They had their eyes going everywhere trying to keep up with this option attack.
And what a great decision by the quarterback. Like, it's such a timing and art when you run this option. Like, you want to get those guys to collapse on you like he does and get that pitch man open. And then you see now he has space to run down the field and make the big play.
They used the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. They'll go to the fullback. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. They'll go to work on 2nd down after doing damage on the ground. On the option. He'll keep it on 2nd down. Picks up the 1st down. There's some room. They'll make the tackle, but not before he's got enough to move the sticks and has this defense's head spinning with the option. They'll give it to him again. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Gain of 2 on the play sets up 3rd and 8. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Got his man on the outside. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. He got it. That'll bring him to within 4. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The handoff as they run the counter play here. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Now the play fake. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. There he goes. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And first down for the offense.
Jackson will throw. Oh, they're after him. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. This time he's got his man there to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. To the ground to try to move the chains. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down. Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Hauls it in, the first down and more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Brings up second down.
Off play action. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And I think this is starting to get really frustrating for this defense, man. This is a drive that they're putting play after play together. And you finally force the third down, and they get the first down again. And so starting to sub some bodies because they're getting a little bit tired. They've got to find a way to get a third down stop.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. The Thunderbirds headed quickly to the line. Jackson gonna throw it. Plucks it out of the air. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Smashes it between the uprights. Now up by 7 points here in the second.
Number 96 sets a kickoff.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. On the option. The keeper. Breaks into the open. They bring him down. The option run to perfection, and it will move the chains. Lining up from the 34 on first down. This time he wants to throw. That's reeled in. It's Pickett. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The give to the tailback. Maybe a crease. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chain. And the Falcons will line it up on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that. That can be tricky to watch.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Handoff from the gun. He's knocked down immediately, trying to catch them napping on the run and nothing doing. The Falcons send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And you just won't see a more effective punt than that, out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. They'll power it inside with the fullback. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. And it's the Thunderbirds are in the hurry-up. The give from the gun. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 10. 3rd and short. They've got them backed up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. They'll send the tight end in motion. Jackson will throw. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Thunderbirds will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. And the Air Force offense ready to take over. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Under fire. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
Well, this quarterback normally makes defenses look very silly week in, week out with his speed, but he has yet to face a defense like this. This defense accepted the challenge. They have stepped up. They have been disruptive. They have been living in the backfield all game long. That already the 3rd sack of the game for this unit.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Firing deep. Makes the grab inside the 30. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And he's swallowed up immediately, stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. And the Falcons line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. Headed to the end zone. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Looking for the end zone. And he charges across the line. Touchdown, Falcons!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in honest running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Extra point here will tie the game. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. So that drive didn't have to cover a lot of ground, going 47 yards. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he'll be stopped. The return gets it out across the 25, stopped at the 26. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Fires to the tight end. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately. Spreads out 4 receivers, trips right, a single receiver to the left on 2nd and 7. Pulls and fires complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Jackson gonna throw it. Buying some time. Turning it on. He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the 3rd down. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo.
And on the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the 1st down.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt, when you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Pressure coming, and they got it. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
The sack makes it an even longer 3rd down chance for this offense. On the move, it's Jenkins. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. 4th down, and they've got to get it to the next time zone, but the offense is going to stay on the field on 4th down. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. Let's start with the Missouri State Bears, taking on the number 8 team, the Texas A&M Aggies. And it's the Bears sneaking out of here with an upset victory. Gonna have to see how the rankings shake up following this outcome. They finally break into the win column after starting the year 0-3. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back to our game here in Colorado Springs. This offense was a wagon in that 1st half. They got just about anything they wanted, and it's helped them build this lead. And if this continues, you can all but guarantee a victory. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Falcon Stadium.
And it's the Thunderbirds who will kick it off to start the 2nd half. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They'll run the option, and not even a chance to pitch it as he is slammed down in the backfield. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Sends it back in motion. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. backing up and backing up on the first 2 plays now to try to throw it in drive on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Makes the grab on the left. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. The Falcons will punt this one away. He gets a block. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The Thunderbirds moving quickly to the line. They'll move the wide receiver. Here's a little room there. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. Running into the open space. There he goes. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know they're running the football. It's just a matter of who's getting it and where they're going. But this offense, it really didn't matter. Nice job up front, nice execution, picking up not only the 1, making it an even bigger play and getting the 1st down.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. Snagged out of the air. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Jackson will throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. The throw. It's complete to the right. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Sends it downfield. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. The short hands, it's Allen. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker. Now facing 3rd and short from their own 17. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He's past the 30. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36. And the Falcons come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Now on the option. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain. They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. Calls his own number. There's a crease. Quarterback slides, and he's got enough for the 1st down. The Falcons are marching down the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Here comes the heat. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Shakes a man, and he might take off. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. Quarterback keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. The give to the back. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down. And the Falcons will line up to punt it away. They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. Looking for space, it's Jenkins. Very useful run there to get away from the goal line. He'll pick up 4 out to the 6. And it's the Thunderbirds in the hurry-up. The play-action fake. He hurls one deep down the left side. A 50-50 ball, and he comes down with it. What a tremendous contested catch.
Really nice poise by the quarterback on that throw. He's obviously backed up deep in his own end. He knows he can't take a sack, but all of his focus is downfield on coverage. He finds the matchup he wanted, and it's an explosive play for the offense through the air.
And here's a fumble way behind the line.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Jackson gonna throw it. Knocked down for the tackle. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. As we head into the 4th quarter, both teams hoping to rely on the running game. Here's how the 2 backs stack up. These 2 teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th all tied up. The Thunderbirds decide to punt it away. They'll look to pin them deep. On his way back from the 20. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Falcons now set to take over on offense. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. On the option. Pulls it on the option. Rides the back and leaves it. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They give it to him again. How about this defense? Another stop. This one right at the line of scrimmage. It's 4th down. The Falcons will try to pin them back with the punt. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. No chance for any kind of return there. They were all over him as soon as he caught the football. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30. Motion from the wideout. Might as well give it to him again. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Jackson will throw. Makes the grab. Snags it and he's open. Down inside the 35. Stopped him at the 34, and what an electrifying play.
And as a defense, you have to be aware, just because this guy lines up all the way to the right, that doesn't mean he's going to run routes all the way across your face. They lost track of him, and because of that, it was a big explosive play.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Whistles as we have a man down on the field. That is the senior running back who's slow to get up. Holly will keep an eye on things on the sideline for us. To the air on second down. Here's a heat. Fires to the big fella. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And it's the Thunderbirds want to move quickly. He'll do it himself. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to pass on second down. Now he's going to break the pocket. Got enough space. Touchdown, Thunderbirds! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. He didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
He'll try to tack on one more. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. And it'll come out to the 25. No, first down here as we dive into the college football season, a week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. They'll send the back in motion. Complete.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run the option. He'll pull it on the read. Makes it past the marker. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play. Gets the back moving. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll go right back to him. Finding some room. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. And the Falcons come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fullback's got it. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. There's never a good time for it, but man, do you hate to see it in the first game of the season. So now it's second and long. Quarterback keep. Hard running there. Oh, another broken tackle. And he keeps it himself. A good decision there, and it gives this offense a first down. The Falcons pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Dances away. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Air Force. Hey, let the big shoulder pads, full face mask guy get a little love back there.
No doubt. That guy blocks his tail off all the way down the field most of the time. Never gets any reward. Throw that dog a bone. I love it.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. From inside the 10, here he comes. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. So the Thunderbirds offense is out on the field and ready to attack. He leaves it with his back. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. The Thunderbirds want to pick up the tempo. Jackson gonna throw it. Under fire. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
And it's the Thunderbirds will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes a move. There he goes. Open it up. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. QB draw. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming. And the Falcons with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. This quarterback part of their running game. Push down for the tacker. Kick the field goal from here. It's a 51-yarder. Get a few on 3rd down, and life is much better. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Could be an alley. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. A run for the quarterback. Touchdown, Falcons. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now, I turn to my defense right now and say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, get me one more.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Unloads to the wideout. Finds space on the right. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Obviously didn't like what he saw on 1st down, and they used a timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build a little momentum, get the right play called after picking up the 1st down. And that defense is all over that one. No room to run after the catch. Jackson will throw. Gets it out quickly. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Set up for the 1st down play, and they're going to call a timeout and talk it over instead. He'll take a deep shot here. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Running inside, it's Jenkins. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Obviously didn't like what he saw on first down, and they used a timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Wants to throw and not much time to work with. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. And the third down pass is incomplete. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. Quarterback takes a knee, and they'll start this new season with a victory. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody.
So it wasn't easy, but the Air Force Falcons do eventually get the 31-24 win over FCS Midwest / Duquesne, thanks to a nice fourth quarter. It was 17-all going into that fourth quarter, and Air Force scores 2 touchdowns to FCS Midwest, 1 touchdown in the fourth. Looking at the team stats, FCS Midwest actually had the edge in first downs, 21-19. Total offense, 470 to 391. Rushing yardage, Air Force had the edge, 305 to 176. Passing yards, FCS Midwest had the edge, 294 to only 86 for Air Force. But Air Force is obviously a option team, so they're going to run the ball a whole lot. Turnovers, neither team had a turnover, and then time of possession was won by Air Force by about 9 minutes, about 10 minutes actually. Taking a look at the player stats for Air Force, Liam Zarka finishes 8 of 12 for 86 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. For FCS Midwest, Myrick Jackson III finishes 19 of 32 for 294 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Leading rusher for FCS Midwest was Jeremiah Boss, 10 carries for 68 yards for him, though Myrick Jackson III, the quarterback, did have a rushing touchdown. For Air Force, they were led by Rocco Conti. Huge day for him, 21 carries for 215 yards, 2 touchdowns. Zarka, the quarterback, had a rushing touchdown, as did Owen Allen, the fullback, but huge day for Conti. Leading receiver for Air Force was Kentrell Duval, 2 catches for 45 yards for him. For FCS Midwest, they were led by Jay Sean Burdett, 5 catches for 119 yards and 1 touchdown. Leading blocker for FCS Midwest, it was a 3-way tie between Billy Temple, Jared Blank, and Jalen Lockwood. Each had 7 pancakes. For Air Force, they were led by Matt Long with 14 pancakes. Defensive leaders for the Falcons, Dallas Daly and JT Tomesco. Tied for the team lead in total tackles with 12. Isaac Hubert led the team in tackles for loss with 3. Zach Van Miller led the team in sacks with 1.5, and there were no interceptions for Air Force. For FCS Midwest, no interceptions. Lido Anthony led the team in sacks with 1.5. He also led the team with 6 tackles for loss. Big day for him. And he led the team in total tackles as well with 15. Probably the defensive MVP right there for FCS Midwest anyway. Kicking for FCS Midwest, Eric Franks made his only field goal attempt from 20 yards out. He was 3 of 3 on extra point attempts. For Air Force, Neil Barnes made his only field goal attempt from 37 yards, and he was 4 of 4 on extra point attempts. Punting for Air Force, Will Duncan had 5 punts for an average of 42.8 yards per punt. And FCS Midwest, Blake McEnroe had 4 punts for an average of 47.7 yards per punt. Kick returns for FCS Midwest. Shaquille Jenkins had 5 returns for an average of 16.4 yards per return. And Air Force's Javier Flowers had 2 returns for an average of 18.5 yards per return. And Owen Chambers had 1 return for 20 yards. Punt returns for Air Force. Owen Chambers had 4 returns for an average of 12.5 yards per return. And Jimmy Brent for FCS Midwest had 3 returns for an average of 3 yards per return. Scoring summary in the first quarter, Air Force got on the board first with a 75-yard touchdown run from Rocco Conti. FCS Midwest then answered with a 61-yard touchdown pass from Myrick Jackson III to Jayshawn Burdett and a 27-yard touchdown pass from Jackson to Dash Jefferson. Air Force got a 37-yard field goal from Neil Barnes, and it was 14-10 FCS Midwest after 1. In the second quarter, FCS Midwest got a 19-yard field goal from Eric Franks, and Air Force got a 1-yard touchdown run from Rocco Conti. That made the score 17-all at halftime. Third quarter, there was no scoring. Fourth quarter, FCS Midwest takes a brief lead with a 13-yard touchdown run from Myrick Jackson III, but then Air Force gets a 10-yard touchdown run from Owen Allen and a 12-yard touchdown run from the quarterback Liam Zarka. And that wraps up the scoring. So Air Force gets the win 31-24 over FCS Midwest / Duquesne. The Falcons of Air Force starting 2026 1-0. We'll take a look at the headline from the game in just a second. It says home field advantage. The Air Force Falcons are now 1-0 after defeating FCS Midwest at Falcon Stadium. The highlighted players, Rocco Conti, of course, for Air Force, and Donnell Creighton for FCS Midwest. You see Air Force, much higher rated team. And here's Air Force's schedule. They got the win this week. Next week, they're at home taking on North Dakota State in a Mountain West Conference game. That will be an interesting one. Next game coming your way here in week 1 is going to be another 4 o'clock kickoff between Central Michigan and New Mexico. The Lobos versus the Chippewas. We'll see who wins that one from Albuquerque. But from Fort Collins, Colorado, I believe it is, Air Force gets the win 31-24 over FCS Midwest / Duquesne, and we will see you next time.